晚安呀。
嗨，Andrew，晚安，大家晚安。哦，今天好晚哦，刚才排了1000多个人的队，排了1小时，好久，排了1小时才排进来游戏里面。好吧，因为原本想计划就是10点开始，但是因为排队排太久了，原本以为说就是
准备要去买爆米花，爆米花。
准备要去买爆
Rainbow
米
Rune
花。
is now live. Streaming Final Fantasy 14 Online
OK，
FFXIV ENDWALKER Main Quest Spoiler Alert 剧透。
好，那对啊，你可以买爆米花来看。嗯，呃，我们早上玩到哪里呢？我们早上玩到了，就是我们去了那个大象的村落，发现到其实控制他们，就是统治他们的人的族群不是龙人，也不是大象，是一只非常强大的龙。然后我们的大象那个炼金术师呢，他被抓走，然后目前是我们要计划如何把他救回来。但是在这之前呢，我们必须要回到这个 Old Therians 这个地方呢，去找寻更多的答案，然后并且准备好我们就是自己，然后去把那个象人给救回来。然后回来这里呢，我们就去打听了，就是这个地方到底目前正在进行怎样的计划啊，或者是为什么他不参与整个其他大陆，就是帮忙去解决这个就是危机的问题。那我们目前是来到了一个就是地下城，然后这个地下城就是这个人为制造的那个洞顶跟那个，就是就是你可以看到那边有个人为制造的洞顶，就是这些星空其实都是假的，我们是在地下里。然后我们现在是要去探究竟，说到底里面到底藏了什么东西。Well, we won't learn anything of value standing out here. Let us proceed into the main building and ask with the custodian. OK， 我先把 Line 群组关掉。操！我看一下，我们今天在睡觉之前，我的计划应该会玩到1点，然后可以不可以打个副本？虽然搞不好打副本还要回。Greeting, we are here to pursue the Asterions vote. Pre-used, you are certain not cleaner than. May I ask you your affiliations? You belong to the students of Badesians, but this is relevant. I was given to believe the vault, those open to the public, at least were open to the public. 这种没有背景音乐。Ordinarily, yes, there would be a case. At present, however, access is restricted. Only persons directly involved in the reorganization effort are permitted to enter. 就感觉有鬼。Not us then. I suppose we have better move along to another facility. This building have a lift which connects to the middle tier, yes? Might we at least make use of that? 不行。The service has also been suspended, I'm afraid. For the time being, priority has been given over the conveyance of inventories. What? So this is as far as we can go. I apologize for inconvenience. Please come again after our restructuring operation is concluded. By the time it will be too late and we were so close to getting answer. We need to rethink our approach. Let's step outside for the moment, shall we? student of Badosia. We are at an impasse. As we have no other lead, I would like to pursue this one further. Which one? But I doubt that our stone-faced custodians will be swayed by hard-fate pleas. We must seek another means to access the lower level. Sneak in? This like that the people in this area are involved in the restructuring in one way or another. If we were to high hand integrate ourselves, that they might allow us to accompany them to the lift. Let us ask around. Surely someone is in need of a few strong bags to lighten the load. 那么容易？Okay, so 我们现在要来问这里有没有人要赠送 exchange？ 哦，这是那个，这是新的金币可以换新的道具。Bonewary walkers, what's that? Have you down on the lift with me? Sorry, but not a chance. I have been up and down all day, and only one have I finally found a spare moment to rest. Okay. I did see a greener fellows heading out the gate here. They, those, shouldering a large pack, engaged in some manners of tests. Maybe he will be heading down below after he's done with whatever he's doing. The new student. Am I taking the lead? Oh no, we are just students. We won't let they won't let us into the archions, even those we found. But actually, we have no idea what is it we found. There is no record of such a creature anyway. But it is wandering around tranquilities, and so we thought to donate it to the vaults. Oops. Orders little square, don't you think? Anyway, I suppose we will have to take care of it until the actions is open again. Okay, not you.
Bleed purple.
Hi, 9:05黄昏。9:05黄昏是一个很有趣的乐团，他每个礼拜三的现在是什么时间会开始唱歌？10点半吗？OK， 看来应该是他了。Quiet, you are frightening it away. What? Ah, it's you again. I don't mean to be rude. Oh, it's time. But I'm in the middle of another test. The cloud hints I need to capture is close, very close. You wish to help me, but with these two, you spend your times in unusual ways, my friend. Still, 2 hunters are great, generally better than 1. Very well.
再一个就50人追踪了。
对啊，再一个就50人追踪了。所以如果有谁有在玩Twitch 的话，有看直播的话，
大家
记得
还没追踪的快追踪起来。
我的 Twitch 哦，感谢各位。The canal here is a common gathering spot for birds of all kinds, but the one I'm after today is the hornbill. Its feathers are green and its cry a distinguished crown. Single it out and show it with its sleeping diet. Okay. The efforts are short-lived, so I would like to wait down by the riverbank to claim our quarry, but sure to hit the right ones. Which one? Search the surrounding for home bell. You might move the camera. OK， 这个之前就有了机制。到底是哪一个？哦。You have sedated the wrong bird。他不是那个，他不是发出那个奇怪的叫声吗？所以是另外一只吧。OK， 哈。
Fair shot.
Yeah, fair shot.
Nicely done. Let me truss this one up and I'll make my way over to you.
Okay. Let's see what's inside the secret vault.
There you are. Any new revelations?
What new revelations? We're just helping to get some animal to sleep.
So you met with that gleaner again, this time to capture a hornbill?
Yep.
I understand catching and bringing in creatures from the outside, but what's the point of chasing after ones already here?
Yeah.
Oh,
why?
It's a simple thing, really.
Okay.
Occasionally, we remove specimens no longer needed for study, or those we've had difficulty raising. But we can't simply turn them loose. Safely returning such creatures to their native habitats is another facet of a gleaner's duties.
Oh, cool.
But not in this case, I'm afraid. I've been asked to bring the bird below.
Why?
The restricted section in the lower levels of Labyrinthos. Open only to a select few researchers hand-picked by the Forum. The projects down there are the subject of rumor and hearsay. Forbidden magics. Advanced technologies that can
we can
be allowed to fall into outside hands.
In their secrets?
Even Archons are not privy to the truth.
Great.
Those who are, the researchers involved in this secretive work, are not permitted to walk freely in the city, and are instead required to live in isolated quarters.
What could a facility subject to such strict security protocols possibly need with a horn? An experiment?
Maybe.
Possibly. I wasn't afforded an explanation. But judging by the requisition list given to me and my colleagues, I doubt it's for any kind of advanced research.
Why?
I'd be more inclined to believe we were making preparations to migrate to the south.
Oh.
Mericidia or thereabouts.
What? Why would you say that?
Much of the flora and fauna we were asked to procure could serve as reliable sources of sustenance.
Salt.
They're comparatively hardy species, too. able to endure harsh climates. And among them are specimens known to be effective in improving soil quality and purifying water.
When you put it that way, migration does sound like a reasonable assumption.
That's all it is, though. An assumption. Through our tasks, we gleaners glimpse only bits and pieces of the Forum's plans. Our prime concern is that our requisitions, be they living or otherwise, are properly preserved for the knowledge of future generations. Now, I really must be going. I regret that I cannot reward you as you deserve.
Maybe we can go with you.
Perhaps you might reward us after a fashion then. It is imperative that we reach the lower levels. And seeing as you are already set to descend with your assigned cargo, mayhap we could accompany you as your assistants.
So convenient, assistant.
I'm afraid that won't be possible. Once the animals have been prepared for transport, we send them down separately via the lift.
Oh,
I will of course follow after to make my report, but I can hardly pass you off as porters when there's nothing left to carry.
that end again.
Indeed. Pray forget I said anything.
How do you feel about climbing?
Huh?
If you've strength and the courage to brave it, then there is another way down. This path leads to the 33rd facet, a mine shaft excavated during one of our expansions of Labyrinthos. While I cannot guarantee that the passage is safe to traverse, it should provide access to the medial circuit below.
Media circuit.
I never even knew such a place existed. Thank you. This is the perfect solution.
You're quite welcome, but consider yourselves warned. If the going proves too treacherous, you'd do well to turn back. I bid you good day.
Good day to you, sir. Bye. 这是我们的第一个猫男 NPC， 不是猫男，
Let's
兔
go
男。
and take a look at this mine shaft.
Okay, let's take a look. Oh yeah. This is 他们的灯吗？火炬。 看来已经有很多人解掉前面的那个任务了，人越来越少。This must be the entrance of the mine shaft. It's fate, but I hear something moving within. Creature homes there by the researcher. You think? Well, several beasts aside, we will need to watch our footings. We shall tighten our straps and such before we continue. Okay. Assuming everyone tightens their straps and check their gear, then I say we head in. Give the Terrans a head, though it might be wise to leave some distance between us. We don't want to be slumbering over each other if it comes to a fight. Take it slow and don't forget to check your surroundings from time to time. We can meet up again in the other end of the tunnel. Oh, 这好大的洞穴，怎么长那么奇怪？ 怪的生物。这也没东西看吧？我们空旷，要看那么久。他们好快啊！Everyone seems to have made it through without incidents. Nothing of consequence, at least. And as promised, the tunnel have derailed into the middle circles. As I recall, this trail is where they keep a wide various sample for agriculture productions. If Erman's assumptions hold true, the specimen will be collected in preparation for the great migrations, then we shall see evidence of such plan in the area's research project. Let's follow the path to the nearest farming facility and see what we see. 都是什么声音？是菜园吗？这葡萄好四方哦，是南瓜。啊 ，Now I know where we are. This is a mere year. Okay, never mind. Laboratories is host to various of vegetations, which allow us to conduct study of cultivation methods. Okay, and these facilities which coordinate and oversee these efforts. Yeah. The fruit of their research go to feed their laboratories college. So I heard. More notable success might make it to Agora. Foods so exotic you won't be hard pressed to guess their origins, let alone know they might taste. Indeed, a mysterious vegetable without a name, only a list of nutrition benefits scraped on the cards, okay? I see no criminal hereabouts, yet this worker seems to share the same sense of urgency. It's possible they know something of the foreign's friends and their underlying motivations. Worth looking into, what would you say? See what you can coax from the workers. The rest of us will do the same or ask about the useful queue. 是南瓜。他在研究南瓜吗？ A few of ripe vegetable being left to rot on the vines. Not a single pickers hard at work. Clearly procuring ready available fresh food is not the foreign's priority. I'm told this card hold harvest means for the latest here. Nothing out of the ordinary, okay? And so you have spent years research this high yield cultivation technique. Do you ought to be taken down below? More than I can carry than some. Most of our stock is sent off where the cargo lives, but some has been earmarked for Ethereum's transport. Here's the stack of the crate atop that held over there. Gods hurling to the loads up the slope was a job and a half. Okay， 所以有些是用传送方式。What crops are we raising? Well, as you can see, this one is a variety of grapes. Only needs a good source of sunlight to grow, and the conditions here are nothing short of perfect. At least surprising, even that is native to a particular locus in this very place called which laboratories were modest, a region in the south of Elizabeth. It boasts remarkable habitat diversity, allows for various floras and faunas to thrive. Chilling peak in the north give away this stretch of temperate plains, which in turn transition into hot, humid coastline. Thus bountiful territory is ever contested, as you might expect. Used to be called Cobos before the Imperials renamed it to Lucas Ammonius. 这不就是那个猫男的故乡？ The foreign soil is not applied, however, but as a researcher ideas environment, one whose climate we strive to recreate within the confines of laboratories, is provide a rich foundation for countless experiments in cultivations. Okay. 这个很四方的，很四方方的那个葡萄。 hello there. Oh, hello there. We want to explain visitor, not with use of the leaf being restricted. How did you make it out here anyway? The mineshaft said, well, you are much harder soul than I. Under normal circumstances, I will reward such a tendency with the guide tools of the field, but I'm afraid the forest had us filling all the list a monk alone. Message yet details requests, literally wagon loads of crops, samples, and hardly any time to put them together. When I first heard of these grand reorganizations, I assumed we would be sweeping around old stock to make room for the new. Then come the orders for ridiculous quantity of seeds we already truly researched. Passing string, and I pressed for an explanation and was met with vague assurances, and all will be revealed in due course. Not the most satisfactory answer. Yeah, all will be revealed in due course. 再过一阵子你就会知道了，这么简单。哦，逃跑的，逃跑的番茄。Where is it? 哦，好多人。This label, the crates tell the story of their contents, further the common seats and sleeping, and accompanied by a slip of report. Oh? What kind of flower is that?
Hard to look away, isn't it?
Okay, who's it?
But they're more than pretty flowers. Heart blooms are attuned to ambient emotion.
Okay.
You don't seem convinced, but believe me, it's true.
Emotions.
This ashen grey, for instance.
Ashen grey, okay.
It mirrors the anxiety and urgency of those working nearby as they rush to fulfill sudden orders.
Okay.
Intense feelings like those spur the petals to change colour. Bright glowing hues in the presence of joy. Dark subdued shades for frustration or despair. Yet even with the collected wisdom of Charlian at our disposal, we've yet to identify the underlying principle of this empathic effect. And there are other mysteries besides. Although the flower is extraordinarily long-lived, its low reproductive rate has made it difficult to find younger populations growing in the wild.
这会不会是很久以前的植物留下来
distribution, and no closely related species to track. We've been unable to pinpoint its land of origin.
Okay.
To further complicate matters, every culture, even dimly aware of its existence, has given it a different name and mythos. Our attempts to study it via the historical record have been an exercise in frustration.
他是植物学家哎，我现在发现他的名字。
I should one day like to unravel the Heartbloom's secrets, but I'm afraid other duties must take precedence. I will leave you to your thoughts.
Thank you for following and
Oh, thanks. Thanks for following a pair of fans. You are my 50 followers. Thank you. You make me affiliate that to the Twitch now. Thank you. Yay!
Congrats.
Yeah, thank you very much. And welcome to my channel. I normally stream games here, and currently I'm streaming FF14.
A flower that reacts to one's
There is a MMORPG,
Strange.
and
I must
I'm
say,
streaming
I've never heard of
ENDWALKER,
such
which is just released like yesterday.
This is all very fascinating. But as it stands, we've failed to gain any significant insight into the forum's undertaking.
Indeed. While there is certainly enough activity to support Erenville's supposition that a priority has been placed on improving food production, unfortunately for our investigation, these workers were never informed as to how their duties serve the master plan.
If only we could interrogate the forum members directly.
Yeah, your father. 怎么那么大声音？
Isn't that the entrance to the Archaean?
这样爆炸了。怎么会是个兔男？
Look, there. I think that's Erenville.
A little difficult to tell from here, but I think you're right. He did say he was coming down to make his report.
Erenville receives his orders from the forum. Would it not follow then that the superior to whom he reports is a forum member, or at least a close associate?
Okay, what idea do you for me now?
Do you mean to eavesdrop on their conversation? What of the risks?
Ours alone to bear. We won't interfere with Erenville's work, nor will he be implicated as an accomplice. If you're not comfortable taking part, I can do this alone.
Nay. I said myself that I wished to know Father's intentions. And no answers will be forthcoming should we simply ask nicely.
We can apologize later, should it come to it. Right now, we need every crumb of information we can get our hands on. Consequences be damned.
It might be best if you came along as well. In fact, we should all...
What?
Cryo?
他到底怎么了？
Oh, yes. That certainly sounds like a plan.
I'm glad you agree.
Quickly! Erenville is on the move. We need to get closer before we lose him.
Okay.
I can almost reach you.
Who are you reaching? Hydrant? Is Kel still feeling unwell and never see her so distracted? Keep an eye on her but keep moving too, which cannot let our query step away. Sure. Anyone was headed westwards along the path outside the Acheons. Come, we can still catch him. Oh, 所以我们是绕了一大圈下来。 you're not Isola. For a moment, I have an idea. If memory serves, the Colossus warlike structure is Logisticons Beta, one of the laboratory's climate control centers. It should have its own lift at which one could access the upper or lower tiers. If I was an agent for the forums, I would make for the convenience making space. Okay. But even if it happens to find Arabels in the company of said agents, we cannot expect them to reveal issues of importance as with non-Shillelagh school. Okay. 9. We shall have to remain undetected. If only Grahar and his vanish spell were here, yeah, so useful. But there are other ways to turning invisibles. Are you going to turn us invisibles? He pop. I need to know. Okay. Goodness! What have we have become? We are hacks. Are you kidding me? Unaccustomed of configurations, worry not, is very off with the patches of time. I suggest you and your green companions hop along and came up with error bells, so we'll feel the magic fading, return to me, and I will refresh the enchantment. What am I to do with the meantime? Wait here with me. 感觉他是故意的。In your current state of mind, you will be as likely to leap into the jaw of the predator as you would learn anything not. Which remind me where the creature whereabouts. In that form, you are essentially defenseless. Oh my god. Okay, you are changing the toes. You may remain transfigured in order to process the quest objective. You will return to your configuration status if you move too far away. Look to your map for the transfiguration area of effect. Speak to Yisora to restore for prolonged transfigurations. Oh, okay, we have to talk to... What? Rabbit, what? Elfito and Elito are now continue now till then at the side in order to proceed. Okay, this is the same one. But they are just told. Okay, what ways I will go? Okay, here. Jump! E. Discord is holding. Rabbit. What the heck? Perhaps it's suggesting you cross the bridge? Okay. Rabbit? Okay. Should we cross it or not? Okay, I think we here.
trust you will find your compensation to be more than satisfactory. We wish to make clear that we are pleased with the efficiency and thoroughness of your work. So much so that we have come bearing new tasks in need of your competent hand.
What test?
Another lengthy list. If I may speak frankly, the Gleaners have been pushed to the point of collapse by your unending demands.
Yep. What are you doing?
We are not familiars to be exploited. We are Charlian scholars, and we deserve an explanation for this unseemly treatment. What warrants such urgency?
Yeah, tell us.
In an age long past, Charlian was charged with a momentous duty.
Protect
Now
knowledge.
that word of the final days hangs heavy in the air, the time has come for us to fulfill that charge.
What charge?
I can say no more,
Okay.
but I promise you this. All will be revealed
Okay,
in due
this
course.
phrase again.
And
Go
when
away.
it has, you will understand that your toil was in service to the greatest good.
Okay.
Then I will do your bidding. For now. But unless you wish the Gleaners to rise up in protest, I advise you to offer tangible improvements for our working conditions. Your promised revelation does nothing to address present circumstances.
Yep.
A fair point. Your concerns will be conveyed to the forum.
Weird folks here. 感觉他知道哎。Rabbit, rabbit.
I hope that was informative. You may consider my debt to
Okay.
you paid in full. While I do have my reservations about the Forum, I want to believe that they have our best interests at heart. Which is why I'm reassured that you're busy sniffing out the truth of things. We can ill afford to place all our eggs in one basket, this master plan of theirs, without first understanding the risks involved.
Hmm?
Wait! How did you know it was us?
If you mean to impersonate a toad, try studying
Yeah.
the real thing. And don't try to fool an expert.
I suppose we should have known a cleaner who specialized in animal procurement would not be so easily deceived. Yet he seems inclined to put his trust in us all the times. More importantly, perhaps we should have discovered a new piece of the puzzle. This momentous duty of the foreign agent mentioned. Seralians have been called to actions, and the Telephoro's declaration was the catalyst. Whatever chance is that their hope to fulfill this deems of sufficient importance to disrupt all the laboratories, not to mention ignore Eorzea request for end. What duty could warrant the involvement of the foreign and the commitment of all its resources? Judging by what we have just heard, none of the cleaner will offer any kinds of explanations. At this point, it seems abundantly clear that we will learn nothing new by pursuing them after. Okay. We should head back to Istola and Curve for the moment, see what they think of this. 那好像香菇哦，配起来不行啊，被碾到了。Well, not bad. I trust you'll find Arabian sand. Interesting. I have a feeling you would learn something important, even if that something was simply a confirmation that no one knows much of anything. Okay, we should share this with her and discuss how we would like to proceed. Assuming we found her back in the farm, she was still behaving oddly, so I bade her return and rest there. Perhaps not the best decisions in hindsight. Would you mind checking near those flowers he was so entranced by? The rest of us can survey the more distant area, just in case you decide to wander. Okay. Let's check about the flower again. 哦，我不打。哦，所以就要找他。那里是什么啊？那么绿。Stray tomato. Okay. Box 在哪里啊？就在上面，对不对？Stray onion, stray oregon. Okay. Oh, hi, we found you. What are you doing? Don't stare at the flower. It's very creepy. Don't touch. No! What are you doing? Oh. For
you.
Okay.
Will keep it from wilting. She said you would need it for the journey ahead.
Okay, I knew. It's what I did, right?
Will you speak with her now? I cannot hope to match Minfilia's clarity, of course, but...
Ooh. How?
Thank you.
为什么要谢谢我们？
Do not worry. She has lent me her body for only a moment.
为啥不亲自出现？
Just as I could not save the first from the flood of light, it has become arduous for me to interact with the physical world without assistance.
Okay.
Though I might converse with you for a time, the incorporeal form I assumed on the ship would be incapable of casting even the simplest enchantment.
Uh-huh.
It is in the depths of the ethereal sea, the place to which all life returns, where my influence is greatest. After Minfilia's sacrifice on the first, it was to the sea, here in the source, where I ferried her soul. I wished that gentle spirit to find rest in the world she loved so well. Her, and another who may yet have a part to play.
Say?
Though that will depend on you. Take the flower. Walk free, for you are free to go where you wish, to believe what you will. That bloom will be your guide, test and proof of your conviction.
Mm,
Darkness, seek joy. Surrender
and
not
that's
to
feeling for
sadness.
later.
See beyond despair. Walk free and bear the light for others to follow. Together, raise it aloft and let it shine till the end, blinding and radiant.
That was all too brief. Already she seems so far away. My apologies if I startled you. Ever since we began our descent into Labyrinthos, I had sensed another's will, straining to reach out. Even with my particular talents, though, I was unable to make a connection at first. So weak and tenuous it was. Once I took hold of that wispy thread, imagine my surprise to discover it was Heidelin herself. Needless to say, it seemed wise to learn what we could before letting go. Her answers were more cryptic than I would have liked, but at least she left us with a guide of sorts, that unusual flower. Yes, we are definitely making progress.
How? A flower? But yeah.
You can't be serious. We've done
What?
nothing wrong.
Is it her father's? 是他爸爸来的吗？哦，是。诶，是他爸爸。
Master Fortuno, what business has the Forum with us?
Obstruction and suppression, apparently.
Okay.
Mistress Baldessian, our records show you facilitated the Scions' entrance into Sharlayan by claiming them as assistants for your organization. We are aware of your investigations. After alerting the major institutions to the presence of potential troublemakers, we received word from an Archean custodian. A group operating under the auspices of the students, skulking about Labyrinthos and engaging in clandestine behavior.
Clandestine? We may not have entered Sharlayan as Scions,
Okay.
but we did naught to conceal our identities. Our only purpose in this city is to seek the truth. I can think of no reason why our actions should warrant the Forum's intervention.
'Tis not our way to discourage the pursuit of knowledge, but the timing of such pursuits must be considered.
Why?
Not to mention their potential impact. With the world in chaos, we, the true caretakers of wisdom, have committed ourselves to an undertaking that demands the utmost discretion. And we will not risk its success by turning a blind eye to disruptive foreign elements in our midst.
感觉有点矛盾。
Will you put us on a ship back to Eorzea?
The Forum will convene to examine your case. The results of said inquiry will determine your future in this city. As for your absent companion, he has already been detained.
Graha! But why? Is reading
Yeah.
a crime now too?
Reading is encouraged, celebrated even. Not, however, of the volumes shelved in the restricted section of the library.
Huh?
Refusing to comply will only make matters worse. Let us instead treat this as an opportunity to open a dialogue with the Forum.
OK， 感觉他们是知道了一些，如果公布的话会造成巨大混乱的事件，所以他们就选择宁愿就是保守这个秘密。
But enough. This is not the place for debate. The rostra await.
好漂亮哦！要开那个诗，嗯哼。
Forgive me. I was careless.
We would have been detained regardless. This way, at least, we managed to stay together. I trust your time within the Forbidden Archives was well spent.
Yeah.
The forum will come to order. This inquiry is now in session. As Speaker-elect, I will be presiding over the day's proceedings. Master Fortuner, would you be so kind as to restate the matter which compelled you to summon your colleagues with such urgency?
As you are all aware, we recently denied Eorzea's request for Sharlayan assistance. Since then, certain individuals dissatisfied with our decision have taken it upon themselves to interfere with our work. They entered our nation masquerading as associates of the students of Baldessian. But these malcontents are better known as the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. These militants wield influence with both the Eorzean and Eastern alliances, and are inextricably involved with the crises presently afflicting the world at large.
What?
Loose in our city, these warmongers sought to meddle with and expose matters of state secret. What are they, if not a dire threat to be expelled?
You have tarnished the good name of the students. Galuf would be ashamed.
Galuf Baldessian was never one to forsake his fellow man. Even if this nation closed every door and retreated from the world, he would have found a way to help the Scions, help every soul of this star fight back against the coming doom.
A terrible enemy stands poised to lay waste to all we hold dear. In the face of such madness, Eorzea reached out to Sharlayan, a respected ally, in the hopes of forming a united front. Was your curt dismissal truly the best you could offer? Or are you so preoccupied with your momentous duty of an age long past that even the end of the world is unworthy of your attention?
Whence came this revelation?
From the mouth of a forum member within fortuitous earshot.
Then it seems your findings support my own.
所以这里到底发生什么事情？
Restricted shelves was to study records of the forum's policymaking process, to better understand the historical trends underlying their most major decisions. At first glance, the positions of neutrality in war and the accumulation of knowledge above all else appear constant and consistent, the unchanging pillars of Sharlayan society. And once upon a time, I might have left it at that. These days, however, I am more attuned to the subtleties of governance, and so I noticed something odd. From a particular point in time, the purpose of these policies shifted. No longer was knowledge preserved for the benefit of society. Rather, society was to be gradually reshaped to ensure the preservation of knowledge.
Okay.
The most conspicuous and telling change was the one which befell Labyrinthos. Once little more than an oversized storehouse, an enormous allocation of funds saw it transformed into an advanced research and archival facility. I also discovered a fascinating account on the finances of our Dravanian colony. The settlement attracted students from far and wide, and the connections and tuition fees thus acquired were funneled into further improvements for the archives. Now, there is no question that our nation's progress is tied to the acquisition of wisdom. Nevertheless, the vast resources diverted for this purpose borders on the obscene. But returning to the matter of when, our change in course appears to have been made some 270 years ago.
The very same period when Sharlayan scholars in the hinterlands began a formal study of the ethereal sea. You found something, did you not? And whatever it was, gave rise to your oh-so-important duty.
Mind your tongue, Archon. If you had seen...
What?
Yes. We are bound by a duty we cannot ignore. Knowing this, what would you have us do? Abandon our vital work and join you on the field of battle? We will never choose the way of the sword. We will fulfill our mission, not through strife and bloodshed, but survival. Come what may, we shall live on. We must.
Do as you must, then. But we Scions will fight until the heavens fall, until our last breath.
他们到底找到什么东西？
Such misguided zeal.
Father, Master Fortuner, I fail to understand the stance you have elected to take. But by the same token, I have yet to find a compelling argument to counter the challenge you put to us in Gridania. Still, in the midst of my uncertainty, I must trust in myself to do what is right, as others have chosen to trust in me. So I will continue, as I always have, weighing the consequences of my every action, and allowing my hope for the future to inform my decisions.
That's quite enough. Have you all forgotten the reason for this assembly?
Skolok Monteshane. He's the head of the studium and an old friend of my grandfather's.
OK， 元老出来讲话。
Honestly, every discussion devolves into some interminable debate. Terrible habit. Let's return to the topic at hand, By their own admission, these scions have resolved to fight alongside the Eorzean nations against the doom which swift approaches. But there exists no evidence of an attempt to incite our citizens to do the same. Furthermore, while our decision may well have been the correct one, we cannot simply bull our way through these disagreements without inviting doubts or objections. Put yourselves in their place. Who among you would leave a tome unopened if an elder forbid you read it with no reason given? Now, if we're to quell further discontent, then we must conclude this matter with a fair and even hand.
Order! We will have order! Master Montaigne raises some valid points. Keeping such concerns in mind, I propose we enforce the following measures. Until further notice, the students of Baldessian are to cease any and all activities within the domain of Sharlayan.
Bye-bye, Sarian.
You will also refrain from any further investigation into the Forum's decisions and duties. Failure to comply with these restrictions will result in the immediate expulsion of your Scion associates. Let us put this judgment to a vote. All in favor, raise your hand. I count 51 for and 48 against. The proposal is passed. Students, scions, you have heard the Forum's judgment. Pray abide by it, or face the consequences. Honored members, I thank you for your time. This inquiry is concluded.
所以我们要回去Hinterland吗？ Well, at least we have been allowed to remain in the city. And our endless investigation will not be in vain. We now know that this mysterious duty of theirs begins with whatever the Forum discovered in the interior sea. With our freedoms so sorely untended, however, we will struggle to learn out more of substance here in Syrian. The overall picture has grown cleaner, yes, but this is despite of the Forums being so madly voiced about this duty of theirs. Why are they so reluctant to explain their actions in plain words? Yeah. Survivors come what they meant. Is father's work so vital that it takes precedence over his own family? Elfino, Elise, it's you. Oh. When I heard you have been Derek before the Forums, I came as swiftly as I could. I am so very glad they allowed you to stay. 感觉对啊，是他妈妈。 aliens library at your service. You find people must be the science of 7 dogs. How lovely it is to finally meet you. Mothers, please, we don't wish to take things difficult for you. It was Miss Father that you were here. Oh, brother Dad, am I to justify by speaking with my own children? I'm well aware that you and Master version are not the best of terms in this moment, but I've been absolutely displeased to see my dearling again. You will come by the house, won't you? And give a wait. The timing couldn't be better. As matters stand, we shall be going anyway until we discuss matter with Tancred's groups and reconsider our options. Go visit the home. We will take a break at the Annex when you were ready to enjoy us. I'm not sure Material, what do you think? Sure, go ahead. The Material? No. What a splendid day this turned out to be, champions of Eorzea. I insist that you join us, okay? We are going to have a tea party now. But we must be quick about it, not for my own benefit, but should my husband return and find you enjoying our hospitality, the servants will be made to suffer the consequence. If you will be so kind as to escort my children to the estate. And then she was gone, and with her any opportunity to protest. Indeed, the matter is settled. Enjoy yourself, you three. I apologize. My mother is not the one to take no for an answer. Still, I'm glad, relieved even to see her in such high spirit. What say you, Meteoros? It seems that we shall have little enough time to enjoy it while you accompany us to our visit home. Fine, if we are going, let's get to it. But be sure that to stay in the entrance hall, no peeking into our private chamber. Thank you very much. Why ever not? Your room was always perfect, neat and tidy. Everyone has things they rather keep to themselves, don't they? Cherished mementos you couldn't bring yourself to throw away, childhood toys. I mean, never mind. The essay is that way, straight down to the strand. Come on. When Alice and I were little, this bridge was as far as we permitted to wander alone. I say alone, but my mother or servant was always somewhere nearby, keeping a watchful eye. And now look at us, traveling to different continents, different worlds even. As children, Noah and I would often wait here for our fathers to come home from work. I must have been over day. It must when his meetings ran long, because I remember growing restless and leaned out over the rails to watch the water rush by. Father, of course, arrived at this exact moment, came pouring down the pen in a panic, carrying out my name. Okay. Oh yes, this is where I first practiced magic on the actual person. Elizabeth had fallen, you see. the scrape her nails quite badly, and so I tried cast the simple restorative spell I have only just learned. How does it smell when the wound closed? And joy and belief. That was, I believe, the very moment I chose the healing art as the main subject of my study. We used to come here all the time with grandfather in summer. I would dip my head and feet in the fountains and spread about. Not Elfin or those. Even back then, he wasn't very fond of playing in water. He made an excuse to avoid it, which would explain how I came to swim like an ox and he sink like a stone. Okay, let's go to your home. And here you are, let's twist come in.也太多人了吧
Welcome home, my lady.
What? What are you gaping at?
House Leverage in all its grandeur. Zion headquarters must seem square indeed. Just admire the craftsmanship. I want to choose the second one.
I'll have you know I'm quite fond of the Rising Stones.
Okay.
Lord Fortuneau is not to hear of this visit. And I should also like the children to have their gifts, ere my husband makes his return.
As you wish, my lady.
Master Alphino, Mistress Alice, if you would accompany me upstairs.
We shan't be long.
Okay.
The twins have been sending letters home from time to time, recounting their latest adventures. I am sure they withhold certain details, of course, if only to keep me from worrying. Yet a mother worries all the same. In the early days especially, I tried to support them as best I could, sending the Scion's coin and other such donations. Fortunately, they have found the strength to overcome adversity time and time again. Their words grow more confident with every letter, their depictions more vivid. The triumphs and defeats, the joys and sorrows. It is clear that they have come to find value in every experience. But of those they treasure most, it would seem that meeting you might be the most impactful.
Okay.
Since that fateful day, I do believe there has not been a single missive in which you were not mentioned by name. It is plain they care for you, and I am glad they have such a steadfast companion watching over them. Under normal circumstances, I would offer you tea, but alas, these are anything but. In any event, why don't you keep me company whilst we await my children's return?
So company.
Perhaps you might regale me with a tale or two of your exploits.
Okay. His turn. Weird. 哦，他们穿衣服哦。
When you mentioned gifts, I wasn't sure what to expect. Mother, I...
原来是这样。
Oh, look how well it fits you. And the style is to your liking?
It's perfect. Exactly what I would have chosen. But please, tell me you had something different made for Alphino.
Naturally. You are hardly little children anymore. And while I shall miss dressing you in those precious matching outfits, I must respect the individuals you have grown to become. See for yourself.
Thank you for the splendid clothes, Mother. Stylish, comfortable, and eminently practical.
I am so glad you like them. They are, however, missing one final touch.
If you would allow me, Master Alphino.
是他转职的时候。这是这一版本出的新职业。
Wait, are these?
A sage's tools of the trade. They belonged to your father.
Okay.
Though he may as well be chained to his desk these days. As a student, he was often called upon to venture into the field. He wielded those armaments, both to heal and to harm in no few battles. None so fierce as those you two have braved, perhaps, but battles nonetheless. Thus did I pull them out of storage, to show you that he was not always the man who stands in vehement opposition to you now. And also because it would be a terrible waste of ridiculously expensive House Leveilleur commissioned artistry. I am told these devices are quite difficult to master, but someone of your extensive experience should soon have them darting about with grace and aplomb. May the wisdom in that crystal serve you well. And please, try to find common ground with your father, that you might come and go without need for this awful subterfuge.
We will, Mother. I promise.
My final gifts to you, before you run off, are an observation and a suggestion. Firstly, Fortunato has ever been a serious man, but it was only after you were born that he truly lost himself in his work. I may not know the Forum's inner workings, but I know your father's. The timing of that change in him holds some significance. Secondly, do not seek to best your father with words. Far better that you simply show him. Let him discover the merit of your actions, after they cannot be undone.
Oh, Mother.
We shall take your wisdom to heart. Thank you again for these gifts, and farewell for now.
Safe travels, my children. Eat well, stay warm, and keep your friends close.
这什么诡异的笑容？ Thank you for indulging my mother's request, and I can see it meant a lot to her, and I shall remain for inquiries as to contents of your private conversations. Our visit was all too brief, but now, however, it will have to suffice. As well, this token of home that we carry with us, this gift to help us remember who we are and once we can. But enough sentimental. Let us return to the F6 and resolve our companions. Okay, everyone's here. Enjoy your times with the Labrador, I hope. I will ask how the twins fare, but their new outfit tells tale. I only hope we can help them to reconcile with their fathers, but they might return home one day and their hair hide. In the meantime, we age ever closer to the secret of forums, strive to hide, and the flowers bequeathed to use by Heidelins has sure to guide us going forward. I am confident that once we had heard your reports from Tramios, I will be well equipped to plot our next moves. Ta-da! Since there's been progress in both investigations, shall we share the findings from our respective locker?
Your time in Thavnair has certainly been eventful. In my opinion, carrying out Vitra's request and assaulting the Tower of Zot should be our highest priority.
I agree. While I still have questions concerning the Forum and their grand undertaking, we have all but exhausted our avenues of investigation. Simply pressing them any harder on the subject will almost certainly result in our expulsion. Therefore, I suggest we explore the ethereal sea connection by way of a letter to Master Matoya, then make our way to Thavnair.
I wonder, even with the protection these talismans afford us, what can we hope to achieve once inside the tower? According to Orenvold and Frodola's report, they were unable to free the Emolja. Worse, their attempts triggered the tower's defenses, which led to a summoning of Luna Ifrit.
What does it tell us that the Spires even have such defenses? Simply pulling a prisoner from the wall is fatal, thus the direct approach is doomed to failure from the outset. Any further measures to dissuade such actions seem unnecessary. Unless, of course, there is a way to free the prisoners without killing them. Then it stands to reason that any intruders will be met with overwhelming force.
The towers appeared throughout the world in but the twinkling of an eye. 'Twas by magical means these structures were raised, I surmise. A spire thus conjured must needs be maintained, and I suspect an arcane catalyst, some manner of core, doth lie hidden within.
会不会搞我们那个海德里就在我们的星球的中心？
Liberating the captives without harm.
So we can hope, and I would prefer to enter the tower with a working theory than with no plan at all.
Assuming Ishtola's reasoning is correct, the chances of the defenses remaining dormant are small to none. Any primals will have to be dealt with, and defeating one will likely only lead to the summoning of another. Our every victory will only compound the prisoner's suffering.
May we not then divide our forces? Those proficient in healing will focus on sustaining the captives. That duty can be covered by Urianger, Kryl, Yostola, and myself. The remaining scions will proceed with the search for the core. Admittedly, this strategy puts both parties at greater risk, but it should bolster our chances of saving the Arcosodra by a considerable margin.
Are you sure Alfino is the right groups? One of Alice, a healing spell too. I think it's this.
That she does. But I think Alize herself would assert that she's at her best when she's charging onto the breach. And from what I recall from the Grand Cosmos, there's a spring in her step when she fights by your side.
Yi, gods, would you never let me hear the end of that? Rest assured that I will do what is asked of me, regardless of who I happen to be standing next to at any given time.
Okay.
It seems we have a plan. All that remains is to carry it out. I will inform Rads at Han of our movements, so let us make our preparations and regroup near the tower.
The military post in what's left of the Hamsa hatchery should serve as a convenient staging point.
That sounds perfect. And remember, the experimental aetherite at the confluence is there for those who need it, so there's no excuse for being late.
Okay. 感觉是我们的第一个地层诶，解了那么久才解到第一个。哦，怎么那么多钱啊？花1000块。Ups. (看一下我朋友在干嘛。嗯，在旁边而已耶，那个帝国。Oh, our friend of Eodia, we have been expecting you. You and yours will lead the missions in the tower, I'm told. The warding scale will be delivered soon. Till then, please stand by at the boat we have ready. When your followers arrive, I will direct them to join you. We pray for your safety and succeed. OK， 感觉就是地层。耶！ If it's the future of Ethereal travel, I think I will stick to the boats. Okay. No warnings. However, Amphitheatric could have prepared me for that. On account of which we are a little late, but fighting fit mostly. My friend, permit me to thank you for accepting these missions. You must be, we should still call you Rashhunts, I suppose. Indeed, I will not do to confuse our soldier. Very well then. For our part, we have umbered that you should see fit to entrust us with your boarding scale. Please convey as much to His Excellency. One for each of you, please accept them for my blessing. Our thanks. With this, we can go anywhere else. Anywhere those with the breath of light can go. Not only for this operation neither, but all of the one to come. We can finally break your monopoly on primers. Okay. I've been waiting for this day. I couldn't mind carrying as before, you know. In this case, they are all yours for now on. I'm retiring. But I'm afraid we can't let you retire just yet. You're a science brighter star, after all. If anyone is amenable to it, let us review the strategy for good measures. As previously agreed, we will divide into two groups. Meteor and his band will break through the tower's defense and locate its core. Meanwhile, the rest of us will tend to the prisoner, who will doubtlessly want for help, hailing due to the duress of repeating summoning. The primer which the tower brings forth shall be deities of the Travarian Smith. As we have no prior experience with such foes, we exercised almost cautions with confounding them. We commence the operation at your words, my friend. For the people of Terminals 9, the entire world, we must prevail. We must prevail. Well, we must. OK， 第一个副本。噔。我来问看，我们朋友要来给我们打。看一下，先确定一下，这是4人本吗？对，是4人本。等叫他们回复好了。感觉在线上的人应该不多，因为毕竟都不晚了。看一下他们是不是都在副本里好了。好吧，看他们应该不在，我们来排排看好了，感觉很久。要排12分钟，因为我不是弹也不是补，所以要排很久。还是我们今天就玩到这里啊，明天继续解吧。 毕竟有点晚了。好吧，那我们等一下5分钟，如果读不进的话，我们今天就到这里哦。好吧，迅速进入。然后这是我第一次打所以完全根本就不知道机制是什么，我就看着办吧。希望不要死很多次。然后这些都是玩家，就是路人。A foul press is a letter proceed with cautions.嗯，这些都是小怪，没有什么好注意的。对，但是这样子的话，可以听到第一次的那个尾王音乐，大家好不好听？ Look， 都哦，他们召唤出他们的蛮神了。好，我要打第一只王了。啊 ，OK， 完全不知道机制是什么，加油！OK。 招啊！ 那怎么会有东西？感觉这我们要去踩那个球啊。我不习惯那个时间的。第一个网就那么麻烦了。OK。耶！看一下这个本的好不好看？反正不是我的东西，我都不会拿，只是来先看一下好不好看。就是因为才改版嘛，应该更加强。 耶，终于有我们的了。好，第2个王。哎，哦，哦，哦，哦 ，OK。啊，那我们僵硬了。看不懂。哦。OK， 又来了，这个机制到底是这样。怎样看得出来到底谁真的？没关系，我们还是打赢的。 要塔顶了耶！好多、哦，大家前面我们的，是我们的，现在有武器。好。我也是大蜘蛛。哦，尾王，尾王。No matter what, we must protect the tower. Cinderella， 来吧，来看你的机制是什么。Samantha， 但是范围后。灵幻两只。先讲。啊，我太跑出来了。下次第一个副本的尾王就那么的难度这么高。好，又来开始了，要开始大跑步了。跑步，跑步，跑步，跑步。 痛哦！他复活了。啊，又来了，又来他保护了。边缘，我的哈，哦，他们要合体了吗？天哪，这机制真的很沉。到底要打哪一只？我觉得不需要打另外2把。看来他会复活啊，这个我们不需要打。这其实是需要的。又来了，我拍这个，我拍。集中打火力在赌王身上吧。不管，我把你打死。哎，死了？哦。哦，终于，哦，真的呢，是蛮有趣的伪王机制。 哦，这好漂亮哦。OK。耶！打完第一个4人团了。那我们把这个看完，我就要去休息了。
Is everyone all right?
We fortified the captives with what magics we could. Have the defenses been disabled? All appears quiet for the moment.
感觉是我们大事件要发生。
The lower floors were disturbing enough, but this place feels wrong. The ether is heavy and thick, like wading through a quagmire.
I believe we stand in the tower's beating heart. What sayest thou, Stola?
I see it. Ether siphoned from the land runs up through the spire, flowing to a single point.
Where?
This
Oh,
is the core we seek.
这里什么东西？
Yet something is off. As large as this structure is, it siphons far more ether than is required to sustain it.
Huh?
'Tis as if the core is feeding on the energy, consuming it. I need to take a closer look. There is something there embedded inside the core.
这什么东西？
A man's limb.
啊？
This is what we came to destroy?
Yes, if you would be so kind.
谁 ？Robot 的吗？
And that should be the end of it.
感觉就不是很对啊。
What now?
My theory that the tower might come crashing down following the core's destruction
Okay.
doth appear to be correct.
Bully for you! And how are we supposed to survive the fall?
What of the prisoners below?
The floor beneath our very feet dissolves. Brace yourselves.
Oh.
I pray I'm not too late.
那我还活着吗？
What happened? Where are we?
By my reckoning, we're still on the island where the tower stood. But 'tis as if it never existed.
Hmm?
Hardly a scratch. But how?
Oh. 怎么了？
Graha wove a levitation spell at the last moment. Large enough to catch everyone, it would seem.
Oh.
That explains the lack of obvious injuries.
The expenditure of so much ether has taken its toll. He will need plenty of rest, but should otherwise be none the worse for wear.
Then the immediate problem is what to do with our new friends here. They'll be much changed for their time in the tower. Even if their bodies are intact, I doubt we could say the same for their minds.
Angelo and I will take care of that.
I have every faith in you, Alize, but there are just too many for you to treat alone.
We'll send at once to Eorzea for more Porksies, and call on the local mages to lend a hand.
Hail, Scions!
Oh.
We were watching the tower when it simply disappeared. What happened here?
We destroyed it.
And thy people delivered. They are, however, in need of treatment, and we of a secure locale and helping hands to assist us in its provision.
You shall have all this and more. Come, let us convey these unfortunate souls to the city.
他还活着吧？好，结束这个任务。The Liberate prisoner are being transported to Razan for treatment. Alize and only Isola will oversee the administration of the temple's treatment and support from those who know a healing spell too. Okay? And we will go and join them in the city once we have a moment to catch your breath. Ta-da! 好，OK， 我现在可以进去。哦，好，这之前就有了。那我先接，不要，到时候再接好了。那所以今天就先玩到这，已经很晚了。那我明天的话，没有意外的话，会是晚上1点半或8点开始直播到也是12点吧。那就先这样子喽，晚安各位，我去睡觉了，拜拜。